Using Interwrite IWB software in your classroom, basic training course. Creating shapes, geometric recognition, 2D shapes, and 3D shapes. There are several ways to add shapes to your IWB presentations. The first is a freehand method called geometrics recognition. To access this, go to Draw, then select Geometric Recognition. Your cursor will turn into a little X, and you're able to draw a shape freehand on the board, and it will format that into a shape for you. Just make sure that the shape is created in one single line. That will ensure that the shapes can be recognized. If you need to alter these shapes, once again use your Select Object to tap on the outline of the shape. You're then able to make it larger or smaller. The center point stays in place. With the triangle, you'll notice that not only do you have the circle, which enables you to make it larger or smaller, but you also have these white squares, which enable you to alter the actual shape of the triangle itself. So you can show all the different sorts of triangles using the one. You've got your little green circle here, which enables you to rotate these if you wish. The second sort of shape is the 2D shapes. These are a set number of shapes. If you look down on your taskbar, here's the green triangle and orange square called geometrics. Select the down arrow and it will bring up a variety of different shapes that you can select from. So it's just a matter of selecting the shape that you want to use. Now if you want to fill them in with color, at the moment if I just draw a shape it'll just be a black outline only. If you want to fill it in with color, use your Floating Properties toolbar. We'll make sure that the shape is selected that I want to use. We can then go to the color box. This is your outline, and the second color box is your fill. You've also got the ability, if you want to change the thickness of the outside line. And then we can simply drag that shape onto the board. Now we're able to still manipulate it so we can get it to suit. If you use your Select Object to tap on the outline of the shape, once again you get the white circle, which will enable you to make it larger or smaller. You also have these white squares, so once again you can change the angle and thickness of that particular line that you're looking at. The next slide will just show you the Floating Properties toolbar and the different options that you have to change the shapes once you've created them or before you've created them on the screen. I'm going to show you this shape fill style. I'm going to select this object that we have here, and then using the toolbar I'm going to go to this shape fill style. You'll see that with the shape fill style, with this at the moment is a gradual fill. I can make it a single fill if I want, a gradual fill, a texture fill. There's 53 different textures that you can select from. So simply by selecting different styles, you can get different. Different patterns, and if I hit OK now, you'll see that it has changed this to a totally different pattern. Getting back to the shapes that are here, I'm going to discard that one and I'll bring this one up on the screen. You'll notice that we have this down arrow here, this is called an edit point. If we select this edit point, you'll have your normal cut, copy, paste, but you've also got the word clone, and clone will repeat the exact same shape on the screen for you. If you want to, you can lock these in place. You'll notice that this now has a red border around it, whereas this one has a blue border, and I am able to shift it anywhere that I want. To unlock it, just simply go back and untick that box. The green circle at the top will rotate things for you, but if you need to have something rotated a specific amount, like 45 degrees or 90 degrees or 180 degrees, select the rotate and then select the one that you want to move. You've also got the ability to flip things. We can flip things horizontally if we want. We can mirror things vertically if we want. So you have a variety of different options with the edit point that's there. The last type of shape is your 3D shape. This is the pyramid and the cube that you see down here, and if you select the down arrow, once again you can select a number of different shapes. If you click on this, you'll notice now the color is going to be orange, but if I want to, I can change the color and then just drag the shape onto the screen. If I use my select object, I can tap on it, and using the green key I can actually rotate the shapes around so that you can see the different aspects, there we go, of this. You can also click on the individual parts and you will get lines that show the radius or circumference of the various things that are there. Same thing with the cube that's here. We can rotate this as well, and we can show the different faces by clicking on each individual face. I showed you how to clone just an individual shape, but if you have an exercise like this where you need to have a number of the same shape, instead of drawing each one individually, you can use the copy and paste method. So we're just going to select the shape for the brick. We're going to change the outline to black and the fill to the brick color. I'm then just going to draw one of the bricks on the screen. When I'm happy with the size, I can then go to the select object, tap on it, go to the down arrow and select copy, and then down at the taskbar, the easiest way to do this is just to hit the paste button as many times as you want. What you're then able to do is just to click and drag each one of these into place. If you're wondering what the answer is, it's just to turn the square into a circle. You've also got the ability to create shapes like Venn diagrams. I'm just going to add a page to the presentation, and I'm going to go to, instead of selecting the circle because it's got the dot in the center, I'm going to select the ellipse. And you can see that the color of it is going to have a black outline and a brown fill. I want to make that brown fill a bit lighter, so I'm going to go to the transparency button and say go to 60%, and then I'm just going to drag the shape onto the screen. To get the other circle, I'm just going to tap on this one using select object, go to the down arrow and select clone. Now I've got two of these. I may want to change the color of this second circle, so I can go here and select that color. And now you can see the differences as well as the similarities. If I want to, I can actually group these two circles together so that I can move them around the screen. To do that, once again, use select object, and this time drag a box starting at the outside of one of the circles over both of the circles. Go to any of the down arrows and select group and then group. And now this is one whole thing that I can move around the screen. If I pull on that, I can make it larger. Or a bit smaller. And if you're going to write on it, I suggest that you lock this in place And then you do have your pens, which you can write whatever information you want sort of in each one of these, and it won't move. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. For further information, contact us by email info@eduss.com.au.